I am taking the opportunity to visit with cast members of the Lancaster production of Glorious. And with me this evening is Orion Carter. And Orion, could you tell, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes.
Wonderful. Could you tell me what your part is in the play and how your character moves the story along?
The character I play in the show is Cosme. He is Florence's new pianist, and kind of how he helps move the story along is he kind of conveys how the audience is supposed to feel to Florence. In the beginning, he's not very used to her, and he doesn't obviously like her singing, and so it's kind of the way the audience is, where they're like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this person. But as the show goes along, he starts to understand where she's coming from and becomes more accustomed to her, and that's kind of how the audience is supposed to be, just slowly falling in love with her.
Wonderful. What would you consider your most favorite line that your character speaks in Glorious, and why?
So in the very end of the show, I have this very long and beautiful monologue, and my favorite line is the very last line, and it's, I believe as she lay there, that she heard her beautiful soprano voice, not the horrible thing we all heard, but her voice she heard in her head. Fantastic, fabulous, glorious.
I like that line. What would you hope that the audience is going to take away from seeing the Peter Quilter play Glorious?
Follow your dreams. No matter what somebody says, you will always have dissent, but it's best to look past it and follow your passion.
I think that's such a positive note for everybody, and thank you for sharing that. If you had the chance to meet the real Miss Jenkins, what would you have asked her, and why?
I would have asked her, what kept you going? Because she got a lot of negative criticism, and a lot of people flat out to her face told her she couldn't sing, and what she was doing was a travesty and, horrible. And so I would ask her, what kept you going? Was it your passion for singing? Was it the fame? Was it the applause? There's definitely a lot of reasons why she would have kept going, but I would ask her what her main objective or main point was.
I think that's such a good question, because she was protected from a lot of that negative criticism, but in the course of the production, one of her critics does meet her face to face. So anything you'd like to add to footnote this interview this evening?
No.
Come to the show.
Yes.
Come and enjoy Glorious, perhaps the story of the world's worst singer. Orion, thank you for the time, and get back to rehearsal.